Yo, what is up, you guys? Wet Bucket, and I just ate a motherfucking donut, and I'm pretty hyper right now. And when I get hyper, I tend to find out that one of my eyes dilates. It's really weird. I just looked at the mirror right now, and my eye is dilating. So, I think this would give me some commentary powers, and discuss a topic that was brought up to me by one of my fellow subscribers on how he would go about and on getting good gameplay for his channel. And before I do that, to talk about that, I might as well set up my video. As you can see, I'm using the dual-wielded scorpions, and I don't really use dual wields that much. I do, but I usually just use them to mess around and stuff like that. And this donut's really dry, so I'm gonna rinse my mouth out. And so basically, what I thought about when this guy asked me how he would go about in getting good gameplay for his channel, I thought this was a really good question, because I also wondered this myself. Because when I first started doing commentaries, I never really was that good. I always thought that the gameplays would come to me, like I wouldn't really have to do anything just to get them. But I quickly found out that that doesn't happen. You actually have to work for your gameplays, I guess, and you kind of have to understand how Call of Duty works. I never really played for gameplay, and so I wasn't one of those people that I would just run and gun. That's all I did. And I would get a lot of deaths and not so many kills. But after playing, like, maybe, what is it? When did Call of Duty 4 come out? Whenever COD 4 came out, I've been playing non-stop till Black Ops right now, and soon to be Modern Warfare 3. And I just been playing, and I found out these pretty good tips on how to do so on getting good gameplay. And so basically, this is for people, their comfort level. There's some people that are doing really good, and they could get the maybe 60 and O's and stuff like that. Or there's people that could go like 20 of 10, or like maybe 15 and 7 or something like that. Those are really low scores, but I mean, you can improve them. It's not something that you cannot improve, something that you can improve on. So definitely check out these tips. So first of all, depending on whether you're getting gameplay for your channel, you gotta decide what kind of gameplay you want. You gotta decide whether you want maybe some tactical gameplay, maybe some objective gameplay, whatever you want. And you gotta determine what you want. So what I want in my gameplays, I always want a fuck ton of kills and a bunch of people dying around me. So I decided to go with a running gun class. So I base up my class off of what I do. So if you're gonna be a tactical person, base your classes and kill streaks, perks and everything based on what you're gonna do. So my setup would be maybe some ninja flak jacket. As you can see, that's what I'm using right now with this class. And the reason I used ninja was because this is hotel, and I kind of wanted to get the drop on people because there's a lot of corners and stuff like that. So I thought I might as well do that. And so, but most of the time I'm usually using flightweight and marathon. So I'm a running gun type of person, and I like to see the bodies hit the floor, like that one song. But so definitely check basic classes on what you're gonna play. And so kill streaks is the #1 thing as well. Kill streaks, always set up your kill streaks on what you're comfortable with. I know myself, I could get dogs like most of the time. I'm not really a big fan of high kill streaks because #1, you like think you're gonna get them because you already have them set up, but most of the time they don't help anyone at all. They're just like useless kill streaks because you're probably never gonna get them if you're playing with like people that are actually decently good or good. And which is, I'm not gonna lie, like a decent amount of the community is pretty good at Call of Duty now. So you should try like maybe lowering your kill streaks and then working yourself up. And or if you're already at a point where you think you can get the dogs, so might as well set them up as dogs and stuff like that, so you can get the high kill streaks. As I said, it's just whatever you're comfortable with. Don't think you could just, maybe you're going 15 and 7 and you're using dogs and chopper and blackbird, and that's probably the reason why you're not getting so many kills, is because you have your kill streaks too high. And what I use is, I used to use blackbird, dogs, and chopper And the reason was because I thought I could get good gameplay like that, and I did manage to get good gameplay. That's usually most of the time when I get good gameplay, but I thought I might as well switch it up, and sometimes I wasn't doing that good, honestly. Like, I would like be doing maybe I would say 30s and 7s, and just because I was waiting to get my kill streaks. And so I just switched it up because I knew that I needed to change something. So I changed my kill streaks to radar, blackbird, and dogs. So when I had my radar out, I would go around killing people, and then when I had my blackbird out, I would go around killing more people. And with my dogs, that would help me out even more because they're just spawning and dying, and I'm just getting the kills and stuff. And also, what I found to help a lot, save up your blackbirds or save up your radars till your next death. So next time you die, you just build it right back up again. It'll be easier, so you won't have to go guessing around where the enemy is. And that flows into my third tip on maps and spawning on the enemy. You gotta know where the enemy's gonna spawn. You gotta know where the routes are. You gotta know where the choke points are. All that stuff. Try to avoid a lot of confrontation. Try to get the sneak on the enemy. I mean, you don't have to just be aiming down the spawn of the enemy. That's like spawn camping and stuff like that, and that's bad. And it's usually boring gameplay. You don't really want to get that kind of gameplay. You want to get something that people would enjoy to watch, not people watching you sit down in the corner, aiming down one hallway, getting kills. It's not really what people want to see. So try doing something different. Maybe running gun from this point, like running gun from that point. Just try to go from different areas people would tend not to usually go through, and maybe you'll get lucky and get a fuck ton of kills and stuff like that. So try that out. And oh, with the kill streaks and stuff, a lot of things, I think radar is a really good thing, and I mean, like, a really good helpful thing that you could use most of the time. I know it gets me killed almost all the time though, because what I tend to do a lot of the time is look at my radar looking for the enemy constantly, but then maybe enemy would appear right in front of me, and I'll... Alright, yo, you guys, my brother just walked in, and so I kind of had to cut the commentary because I don't know, it just kind of made a loud noise because he like slammed the door on me and scared the shit out of me, and I screamed like a little girl. But anyways, like I was saying, if you look at your radar constantly, you're gonna die because someone's gonna walk up on you, and that happens to me most of the time, and it's because of little ghost bitch, and that always happens all the time. But you could use ghost. I mean, it's not really a bad thing. People don't discourage ghost, but what I just don't like to see is people aiming down the corner with ghosts and stuff like that. And I still discourage ghost, even if you're not running. If you're like running and gunning, it's alright. If you're like out in the open, but if you're like one of those people that are like waiting for people to come to you, but you're still like changing your spot every now and then, that's still really annoying. So don't do that. But I mean, that's the game. That's the game. People could do whatever they want. They could go noob tubing if they wanted to. So you just got to be aware of all this shit that's going around you. So what I was going to talk to you guys about as well is oh, guns. Okay. What I would suggest, if you're like starting off as a new person, if you've like never played COD before, or if you're just starting on Blackops, or if you're just not that good, I would suggest using like an assault rifle class, because most of the time assault rifles basically it's the basic of all the guns. The assault rifle is like, it's good for far range, it's good for close up range, and it's a really overall good gun class, because in Black Ops it's mostly it's like the dominant gun class, and you just get a fuck ton of kills, and you can just go rape shit on people. So try that out. And also, what I would suggest, if you're a new person or if you're just not that good, try using maybe some different kill streaks. Don't go for that dog, chopper, and blackbird. Go for like some mortars or some flame shits like fucking, why can I not remember, napalm. I don't know why I just blanked out on that shit. Napalm, maybe some attack helicopter and stuff like that. So make your kill streaks lower, and I've seen people get some pretty fun kill streaks. Like, I mean, care package is not always a bad thing. Care package could get you some good shit. Maybe some what is it? a Grim Reaper or something like that. Grim Reapers are always a fun class to see people get some quads with that. Maybe a fucking what is it called? The minigun. Like I can't remember. I can't remember any of the kill streaks, but you guys know what I'm talking about. The gun that shoots constant and it's just rape shit on everybody and stuff like that. So just try to get stuff that you're comfortable with at your level. If you're a really good player, maybe go for that higher kill streak. If you're a good player but you're just trying to work on it and you can't, you're like on a stuck level, you're like stuck randomly, try building yourself up. So go for the little kill streaks and then go up, work yourself up, because you're gonna understand how to build up your kill streaks just by practicing with the little ones. So try that out. Try a bunch of different stuff. Just try to be different, basically. Whenever you're different, people are gonna enjoy that. They're either gonna hate on you or they're just gonna enjoy that. So I hope you guys enjoy this commentary. This gameplay is basically over. So I've said what I could say. Basically all my tips for you guys. So if you guys have any other questions, be sure to ask, because this is a really fun series that I like to talk about, and it gives me something to think about, because I never really thought about how I am now and how I was back then. And I remember back then I wasn't really that good, but now I'm decently, and people actually comment saying that I'm pretty good. So I actually like that. So I hope you guys enjoy this. Until later, YouTube. Peace.